Memphis, a very good three-point shooting team at 38%. The alley-oop to Richardson, knocked away by Eddie Jones. Diagu comes up with a deflection. Finding Dunleavy inside and putting it up and out. Dunleavy will be defended by Shane Battier. Mike was a groomsman in Battier's wedding. Teammates at Duke, very close friends.
Murphy on Gasol this time.
Gasol's drawing extra attention.
He sure is.
Bobby Jackson, good look for the deep two and barely ticked iron.
This team shoots a lot of threes, and they shoot it well from three-point range. I thought the Warriors shot too many threes in Houston. If they just try to convert all twos, I think they'd have won by 20. As it was, they struggled down the stretch.
Baron Davis told Murphy to stay away. I don't need the screen, and he draws the foul. And you hit it top of the telecast. If Baron can penetrate the Memphis defense, good things will flow from them.
And he is one player that can beat someone with just one dribble. And that's why he wanted a little more space.
Setting up Dunleavy, pulled the string short. And Lorenzen Wright with a rebound. Push ahead to Battier. Right down the lane to lay it up and in.
He loves to leak out, Battier. And they look for him in those situations. Barron just keeps attacking.
Lorenzen Wright was there to help Jackson. Richardson pump fake. Warriors looking to take a lid off the bucket. And the Memphis ball out of bounds.
But they're not settling for shots. I like the way they're looking to get inside that three-point line. If they shoot well tonight, I think they have the mindset to win. That will, determination we talked about, and Baron Davis has had it this entire road trip.
Put Battier on the block.
Mike's got to get a body on him here.
A wild lefty hook, ricocheting out of bounds to the Warriors.
Yeah, why would he go for a jump hook with the left hand when he could have taken it with the right?
And I was about to compliment Battier, 52% shooter, because he takes nothing but good shots, 48% on threes.
Yeah, that's what I noticed, because he's a 38% career shooter from threes, and he's shooting at 48 this year. Mike's been more aggressive lately. Loses the ball there, but they get it back.
Warrior ball with 10 to shoot. Now the Warriors having 2 days off. Stayed in Houston, practiced, flew here yesterday. Richardson doubled on the sideline and nowhere to go with the ball. Jackson comes up with a loose one, taking it down to Baron Davis, corkscrewing it up and in.
Missed his first two outside shots, and he likes to attack the basket.
The Warriors need to get any kind of basket. Scoreless here the first 2.5.
I was going to say.
Murphy with the big step, putting it off iron. Warriors are attacking inside, but getting no results. And Murphy taking it away from Bobby Jackson. Warriors with numbers. 5 guys in blue. And Dunleavy will draw the block.
Yeah, the only problem, you wish he'd have been shooting the ball. He was concerned about a charge, and clearly that was a block. His ex-roommate moving underneath him. Murphy comes up with the ball, gets it over to Richardson. How about a little behind-the-back flip to Mike? Handled it pretty well. I don't think the Warriors are concerned right now. They haven't scored. They've given up a couple of easy ones in transition. There's a turnover, and they've got another basket.
There'll be 6 layups for Memphis and no buckets for the Warriors in the first 3 minutes of the game. 6 points on layups.
Well, Barron's upset because he wanted them to move somewhere else, and then he just got frustrated and lost his patience and threw the ball away.
Diagu on Lorenzen Wright. Turn, and Diagu never misses. 31 of his last 39.
See how smart he is? Mike Dunleavy cleared along baseline. So Lorenzen Wright just went a little bit, a step back with Mike, and it allowed Diagu to take the shot without even taking a dribble.
Trying to feed Gasol. He's got it now. Single coverage. Dunleavy's lurking, and he's illegal. Very quick 3-second defensive violation.
Now watch Mike clear on the baseline, and all of a sudden he allowed Battier to step through between Diagu and himself. I'm talking about Lorenzen Wright, and that just gave Ike enough room to launch it.
Eddie Jones making the technical free throw. Acquired from Miami, and the largest player transaction ever in NBA history. Over 5 teams, over 13 players. Guys moving everywhere. Antoine Walker ended up with the Heat.
We could take the whole halftime talking about it.
I was going to say, you should mention guys who weren't involved in that trade. Lorenzen Wright will draw the foul. And he was hit.
Might have gotten scraped across the eye. Grizzlies have done a nice job of isoing here and then moving people through the lane and opening up opportunities. Looked like Mike just got him on the arm.
Lorenzen Wright take a little time and blink in that eye.
It's going to be hard for Mike Dunleavy to help out too much because he's going to have to vacate the spot where Battier is, and he's such a good shooter, particularly when no one is on him. Catch and shoot. He's not nearly as good if he has to put it on the floor.
Lorenzen Wright, very popular player here because he went to Memphis. 7th pick back in '96 by the Clippers in the last year of his contract. And he really has become kind of a defensive rebounder role player. He's averaging under 6 points a game, but with 6 rebounds. It's a Memphis team that does not rebound the ball particularly well. They and the Warriors have both struggled rebounding the ball, so they rely on Lorenzen Wright a lot, and he knocks down both free throws. So a little rough beginning for the Warriors. First 4 minutes here in Memphis. He's trying to find the offensive rhythm a little bit. Dunleavy wing jumper is good, and that's a good sign. Drop that down, and the Warriors get the buckets flowing more freely. They start to play their tempo.
He comes off that down screen. That was very fluid.
Eddie Jones feeding right inside, missing the layup, and Dunleavy with the rebound.
You can't look to give help if your man's underneath the basket. That's it. They just dodged a bullet there.
Murphy, 3 in transition. And Bobby Jackson heading the other way.
Baron Davis went for the offensive rebound. That allowed Jackson to take it in. I'm surprised he did not challenge to the basket. And Eddie Jones does.
Well, the worst sign for the Warriors here is they've given up 11 points, and Gasol has yet to take a shot.
All the points in the paint there.
8 of Memphis's points, 8 of their 11 in the paint.
Well, now you got to give a little bit of help if you see your man is trailing. A moment ago, Murphy gave help, almost got burned on it. This time he didn't give help, and the team got burned with a dunk.
Murphy gets around Gasol, sees Lorenzen Wright, puts it up and in, and draws the foul. Now, I love what Courtney Kirkland has done on 2 calls here.
Yeah.
Instead of the Grizzlies contesting the shot or playing defense, they're trying to jump in front and get charges. These are blocks, and they're being called correctly.
It's become vogue nowadays for 6'10" people. Potential shot blockers try to take charges. And I have to tell you, Bob, 30 years ago and 20 years ago, the officials would just look at the player, and they would literally say, they would verbally say, pick yourself up, play ball, get off the floor.
Murphy completing the 3-point play. And a foul off the ball, and it's Diagu bumping Gasol. So we'll keep an eye on Ike's foul situation. With no foul tonight, it'll be Diagu and Biedrins and Taft.
Yeah, just grabbing a little too much and holding. And of course, it's tough with Gasol. He's trying to push him off the block. He's done a pretty good job so far.
Gasol driving. And then the second foul on Diagu is that ball was out of Gasol's hands. He kind of lost it on the way up.
Ike's got to learn as a rookie, and he will. You just can't give contact there. Once in a while, you have to give a guy the lane. If he's already beaten you, try to make him change his shot. But any kind of contact's going to get him to the line. When Gasol goes left, he likes to finish at the rim. If he goes right, he likes to take a jump shot.
Gasol 69% from the line, and that will get Andres Biedrins into the ball game.
Well, I don't think you lose defensively there, but you're losing some offensive firepower.
No, I mean, when you think of Ike having made 31 of his last 39 shots, he's got to find a way to stay on the floor. Gasol dropping in both free throws. So now Pau Gasol's on the board, and all 5 Memphis starters have scored.
Eddie Jones really working hard on Richardson. They get a double screen from one side to the other.
And here's that little 2-3 zone. Now they match up. Murphy, tough runner. Biedrins almost had the one-arm rebound. Battier pushing ahead. Eddie Jones dropping it to Gasol.
This team is clicking on all cylinders and playing with a lot of confidence. As I said before, won 5 of 6. Their last 3 games on the road they won. In fact, they would have swept on the road, but they lost in overtime to Utah.
And already 8 fast break points, another steal. and make it 10.
Mike Montgomery's going to stop this.
Well, not a good half quarter for the Warriors here. Grizzlies doing everything. Shooting 60%, forcing the turnovers, 10 points in transition, and Memphis on top with a 10-point lead. Listen to this place.
Well, I'll tell you, they're playing like Elvis did in his heyday, because the Warriors have been a little sloppy and very gratuitous.
I would say the Warriors have been all shook up.
There you go.
By that Memphis defense. And then the runouts, 10 fast break points to the Grizzlies 17.
Making it look easy. You turn the ball over, you give them layups at the other end, and you look at the #1 ranking, points per game.
Aaron Davis and Richardson have taken only one shot yet to score. Now 2 shots. Biedrins the offensive rebound. Aaron stepping in, his first shot of the ball game, missing the 3. And Gasol ripping it down during the winning streak. Richardson and Baron Davis combining for 52 points. Battier missing, and Bobby Jackson quickest to the loose ball.
66 points in Dallas and 45 in the game at Houston. I'll tell you, I'm very impressed with what Memphis is doing offensively. Even when they go to the half-court set, they are patient. They are spreading the court real well. They're making defenders run. They're moving it. They're making the nice cuts, isoing well.
14 fouls. Biedrins fouled Eddie Jones.
Floor balance is good. They can run the offense through Gasol. He can handle it.
Eddie Jones knocked away. Andres, good length and deflecting that. Baron Davis in on Battier. Touch pass Murphy, putting it up and in.
How about that? Nice hot potato. Now, Baron Davis took that shot a moment ago from three-point range. He's really trying to get everybody going, and then we've seen this trend when the Warriors struggle a little bit, look like they're in mud or quicksand, then he starts to take over.
Andres on the overplay. Want to refeed Gasol on the block. Shot clock at 8. Another defensive 3-second violation.
Defensive 3-second violation. Technical foul.
So Eddie Jones will shoot the second technical here in the first.
Biedrins helping out and just getting those long arms up there, the length that he has. Baron Davis over to Mike, into Murphy, and the hands were good.
Yeah, I love Andres there. When you what they call show on the pick and roll is a big show. Be big. Don't let him throw it back to the guy rolling. Bobby Jackson missing.
Memphis is just running basic stuff, you know, hit the post and cut. But they do it effectively. They're not in a hurry.
Battier denied Richardson once. Now JR has it.
Jump hook. No, a little pass.
Murphy inside, able to cram it in. A lot of contact in there as well.
Looked like it was, but he squeezed it up among the arms.
So Murphy was 7 of the Warriors' 11.
He's learning how to jump quicker than he used to, and it's important.
Bobby Jackson triple.
Yeah, he loves the corners. That's his favorite spot for three-point shots, as does Battier.
Jackson 37% beyond the arc.
See, Baron doesn't need a screen. He can break somebody down without it.
Aaron jumper doesn't go. Biedrins tipping and keeping it alive, but Battier collects. Memphis really off to the races for most of this first quarter.
See, they're not afraid to give it to Gasol in the open court.
Battier rimming it out, Dunleavy with a rebound.
Make him dribble. He's not going to be nearly as efficient.
Grizzlies at 50%, Warriors at 33%. 9-point ball game inside 4 minutes here in the first.
Ooh, Baron had him on the baseline because Jackson went for the steal. They're going to clear out again for him.
Clock at 7. Jackson very physical, and Baron still able to get it to the glass.
He just jumped right into him and then by him and still concentrates on the basket. Now he's talking to Sean Corbin saying, I got fouled on the play.
The Warriors starting to attack the paint themselves. Skip pass, that's Jackson's favorite spot, as Jim mentioned, misses the 3. And a foul on the rebound as Gasol goes to the ground. The Biedrins will pick up the personal.
Has a little Zarko Chabarkaba look to him there.
Yes, he does. The Warriors are over the limit.
All right, the shot is a little long, bounds off. Now I think the left hand of Andres Biedrins came in to the face area of Pau Gasol.
When you think of Gasol traded for Sharif Abdur-Rahim, he was the 3rd pick in the 2001 draft.
By Atlanta.
And it's just gotten better and better. I think when Bobby Jackson was acquired via trade, he said, hey, you know, the rep around the league for Gasol is he's not tough enough as Chris Taft checks in. So Diago's picked up 2, Biedrich has picked up 2, and we're not out of the first quarter yet.
Well, sometimes players who are 7 feet tall and they're smooth and they're very fluid and they've got skills, sometimes they get the tag as being soft because it comes easy for him, and he's very smooth for his size.
Derek Fisher checking in after Gasol split those free throws.
He averaged 19 a game, went to his 2nd year in the league. He's 19 and a half now.
So Dunleavy, Murphy, Fisher with Chris Taft and Baron Davis. Dante Jones checking in with Antonio Burks, Lorenzen Wright, Gasol, and Battier. So Burks, another Memphis product. Dante Jones, another Duke product.
Very athletic.
Skip pass. Fisher lets Gasol fly by. Shot clock at 1. Murphy beats it.
Fisher should have taken the shot. I'm sorry. His man went by. He had a nice little shot inside. They darn near had a 3-second violation because of that. He surprised his own teammates.
Warriors struggling, 6 of 17 shooting. Gasol wheeling.
See, when he goes left, he wants to finish. That was a very quick step.
So Bobby Jackson was 7, Gasol was 7. Murphy has 7 for the Warriors, but
you've got to get lower there to defend him. Lower to the ground.
Aaron weaving through traffic, and he's fouled. And
oh, yeah, this is a little...
Well, Dante Jones, prior to him, Bobby Jackson had been beaten up on Baron Davis. Now, that's the first time Baron's been rewarded with the foul, but he's been beaten up pretty good the first 10 minutes of this quarter. He's tired of it.
Look at the physique on both of these players. They're both extremely strong, and Baron, he didn't mind it the other night when Rafer Alston was beating up on him a little bit because it basically woke him up and got him inspired. And that's a rail thin guy, but Dante Jones is not rail thin.
And they're going to have offsetting technicals here. And that will take us to a mandatory. But this is something that's got to get cleaned up. I mean, the book is to obviously beat up Baron Davis. And we've seen that for most of the quarter. 2:11 remaining in the first with the Grizzlies up 10. Baron will have to be extra careful once you get that first tee. Any second one would send you packing.
I don't think that's Dante Jones' intention. I think 30 years ago, there were a lot of incidents like that. Now we're still conversing here.
I think his intention is to play physical defense.
Oh, yeah, without question.
And Baron called for the travel.
See, he's baited him a little bit, and you can't take that bait. But if there's one guy that can do it and pull it off, it's Baron. He does some amazing things.
So Antonio Burks, second-year player out of Memphis, eventually drafted by Orlando. He and Bobby Jackson will be the point guards rest of the way for the Grizz. Gasol on the block. Taft makes him give it up. Burks stepping into the jumper. And the rebound, Chris Taft. And that's his job.
It's amazing what he does, though. Baron is really looking to score now. He's got to still play within his game. Now, Taft, I think, he's on the inactive list, doesn't get to play, comes right in and picks up where he left off. He gives them great rebounding, great defense, and he's so poised out there. They're doubling Gasol every time, no matter who's defending.
Shot clock at 7. They feed Lorenzen Wright.
And Murphy can't reach. You got to use your body there and move your feet.
And Wright hitting the jumper.
I think the minute a big man reaches from that position on the floor, then his feet become stationary. You got to have active feet, hands alert, but a little more to the side.
Derek Fisher putting it up and in. Drop it in the bank shot. First Warrior points off the bench. Memphis could go 2 for 1 here. And Dunleavy knocking it away, prevented the layup.
Fisher took away the drive to the right. And you know what? I would test Chris Taft if I were the Warriors. Let him go defensively on Gasol. He may surprise you.
Well, part of the book on slowing down Gasol is to beat him up a little bit. Cliff Robinson used to be very physical with him.
Yeah, they got a switch here, and it wasn't a good one because then they get rotation inside.
Burks smothered by the rim and Murphy. Fisher.
Will they take a quick one? They should.
Then Levy wing jumper. And the Warriors can't buy one. 7 of 20 shooting. And they've had some good looks.
Yes, they have. Now, they took that one not quite quick enough because it's about 3-second differential. Game clock, shot clock.
Burks is much more of a penetrator. Fisher makes him give it up. Shot clock down to 4. Gasol the skip pass. Dunleavy there at 3, at 2, at 1 to Baron Davis to close the quarter, and a nice end with a 1/10 of a second left.
That's a play they needed to finish on a positive note.
Now Scott Foster wants to put 1/10 of a second back on the clock.
All you do is go defend the basket then, because there's nothing they can do except deflect it in, and that's it.
So that will do it. Warriors trail by as many as 12, shot it at only 38%, but have it down to single digits with some good defense in that final minute. Baron Davis going to go against a slew of good Grizzly defenders. Memphis allows the fewest points in the league, and the Grizz with the 8-point lead at the end of 1. First action, all knocked away, and another steal for Memphis. Antonio Burks, Brian Cardinal, Pau Gasol, Eddie Jones, and Dante Jones, no relation, for the Grizzlies. So Gasol on Taft with a shot clock at 7. And Eddie Jones launching the 3. And ricochet all the way out. Chris Taft unable to collect it, but did knock it out of Gasol's hands. It'll be Memphis ball. I think you're right, Jim. With 2 fouls on Diagu, 2 fouls on Biedrins, you let Taft roll as long as he can. Ryan Cardinals played 7 games this year, coming back from a knee injury. Dante Jones will show and go, extra step, missed the shot, and that's going to be called a goaltend.
I've got to see this one again. Did he take an extra step on the way to the hoop, number 1, and the ball had missed? All right, let's see. He goes in. Well, that's an interesting move.
That's one you should be teaching everybody.
I don't know. It was pretty clever. I'll give him that. And I don't know. And I still, even seeing it on a replay, I'm not sure that he traveled.
Fisher fouled on the jump shot, so Derek will get to the line. The reason why it was called a goaltend is that when Taft went to defend it, he made the backboard move.
Yeah.
So Derek Fisher, best free thrower on the Warriors.
The thing is, though, the ball had already fallen short.
Fish has struggled a little bit, but I think also teams are adjusting to him. He was so red hot shooting perimeter shots that you see the quick closeouts defensively, forcing him to put it on the floor a little bit.
I think he just went through a cold spell.
Or that.
I really do. And I think it was evident tonight when he came on the floor. He could have taken that first shot, and he wanted to get warmed up because comes off the bench and all of a sudden gives them instant offense. I think he wants to kind of ease into it a little bit, get warm. And this, what you said, this kid likes to drive. This will count. And Antonio Burks is one that likes to take it to the basket. He does not want to shoot a perimeter shot.
So the field goal and the foul.
They do a lot of pick and rolls, and you read a scouting report that the Warriors have on this kid. He'll split 2 defenders. He won't go the pick and roll, and it's exactly what he did. Ended up with a 3-point play.
He was traded, 36th pick in last year's draft, originally drafted by Orlando.
Just for money, just cash.
Jerry West said, let me buy another draft pick. Chabarkapa fouled on the drive as Cardinals swiped down. Mason Richardson is going to check in. He did not score in that first quarter.
Number 23, Jason Richardson, returns for the Warriors.
And you think of Richardson and his offense and what he's meant to the Warriors, averaging 22 a game. To have him not stat in that first quarter, Warriors desperately need the points.
Took 2 shots. Nice whip pass in here, but it gets deflected. Yeah, there's no question. The 32 that he had in Dallas, the 22, and against a very good defensive slow-down game by Jeff Van Gundy.
Eddie Jones been a perimeter defender extraordinaire for most of his career. He slowed down Jason at the beginning of the game. He's guarding Dunleavy now. And out great Antonio Burks sneaking in. Look at the lightning quickness all the way to the rim.
This guy looks like a find.
He's going to get a lot of playing time unless Jerry West has another move up his sleeve.
As you said, played his college ball here. He was the Conference USA Player of the Year his senior year. All 4 years at Memphis.
Richardson pulling his way in and finger rolling. The strong move and then the soft finish. It was a nice combo.
That's exactly what he did, is bowled his way through Dante Jones. But the Warriors have to stop some people.
Jason knocking it away. Loose ball. Fisher diving. Rolls ahead to Chabarkaba, and he'll track it down. Skip pass. An open Fisher. Catch and shoot three. And it was all the hustle of Fisher, Chabarkaba, and the initial knockaway by JR.
What a great play.
And the Warriors have it back to single digits.
That's an inspiring play. Let's see if that can propel them here. And that's what I think changed the tide in Dallas. They got after it defensively like that. Gasol got hit again as Dunleavy came out to defend on Jones. Yeah, there's the reach.
Will be before the shot.
Gasol has a big, long first step. And he's skilled with the ball in his hands when he has a live dribble.
Each team has committed 2 team fouls. Lorenzen Wright will check in, and Gasol will get his first rest. So Pau Gasol with 7 as he sits. Burks was threatening the defense. Cardinal, good standstill shooter, missing the 3 there. Warriors been down as many as 12, but pretty scrappy defensive effort trying to claw back into it. Richardson double. Chabarkaba wheeling inside, and Taft is right there to follow in the offensive glass, and then gets Lorenzen Wright out of the way a little bit with the elbow. I like that. He's saying, you're going to keep fouling me. I'm going to get you off me.
I like the way Chabarkaba took it in also, and then you have a chance for offensive rebounds if you try to score in the paint.
Don't forget, Chris Taft's from Brooklyn. Got to get a subway seat every once in a while. You need to clear out space.
And he's a quiet, confident guy as well. Very quietly confident.
Fisher picks the pocket of. It's a foot race for Derek Fisher.
After you made the basket, the bench points, they're helping a lot tonight. As long as they're contributing, leave them in.
Nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Fisher completes the 3-point play. So Fisher with 8 quick off the bench, and here come the Warriors down only 3 after being out down 8 at the end of one, down 12 earlier in the ball game. Calvert Cheney's first playing time. Double Gasol. Bobby Jackson foot on the line, a deep 2. Jackson has hurt them thus far as he's got 9. Fisher and Chabarkaba with Cheney. Richardson and Chris Taft. Clear side for Jason. In on the good defender, Eddie Jones. Banking it out. And Battier with the rebound. Battier, Lorenzen Wright. Gasol at a very quick rest. Eddie Jones wanted the alley-oop.
He got it.
I think the one thing the Warriors have not done through a quarter and a half here is running back on defense, vision of the ball. The fast breaking of Memphis has been far too easy. Taft on the block. Oh, baby hook. Very smooth over Lorenzen Wright. Chris Taft now with 2 buckets. And Chabarkaba knocking it away. And he's called for the foul.
That's a tough play. Nearly came up with a steal. Bobby Jackson throws this to a streaking Eddie Jones along the baseline. Tough to defend. And Taft, nice quick move and a beautiful finish on the jump hook. Good deep position. I like that young man.
Mike Montgomery didn't like that call at all. Chabarkaba appeared to have earned the Warriors a possession.
Well, he didn't push. He actually hit him with the body, if anything. So there was not a push. There was a little contact as they both went for the ball.
Eddie Jones in rhythm, missing the three. Battier, look what I found, puts it in and draws the foul.
And what do I say about an air ball?
Always benefits the offensive team.
And boy, what a glaring example there.
Jones had missed that wide right.
That hurts.
Get Murphy back into the ball game.
I mean, they missed so badly there. It's a 5-point game. Then all of a sudden, it's a 7-point game with a free throw to come.
Chabarkaba, 3 fouls in 5 minutes.
He didn't think he deserved the last one.
Chabarkaba, Biedrins, and Diagu have played 14 minutes and picked up 7 fouls between the 3 of them. Fisher working with Taft, and Gasol blocking the shot.
I think a jump stop and then a pump fake would have served him well.
Fisher knocking it away.
Yeah, you heard a little contact. He may have gotten away with one on the wrist, but he got a lot of the ball. But down there at that other end, 2 shot blockers come at you, particularly Gasol. Right here, maybe. But I tell you what, he never dribbled the ball, and I like the idea of going up efficiently, but he was actually smothered on the play, and that just was a great defensive play by Gasol. You got to give him credit.
And also Battier coming over to help.
Yeah. But then he'll learn, and sometimes he just calls for it, a little experience. You say where the angle is and how close. Maybe you come in a little jump stop, pump fake, get him in the air. That's what Diago's good at, the pump fakes.
Baron Davis checking back in.
Gasol's looking to be a passer.
Eddie Jones on that skip pass, and he rails the 3.
Gasol averages over 4 assists a game, career high. That's impressive, Bob, just as much as his scoring.
And it has nearly doubled his assist from his career. Warriors 1 of 5 on threes. Memphis 2 of 8. Richardson inside, and Jason spinning it up and in.
And Jason, we talked about his scoring and the need for it. Over the last 4 games, Bob, he's averaging 29 a game.
And that's why that scoreless first quarter was a win for Memphis. Gasol again, and
same play that Chris Taft picked up a foul about 6 minutes ago.
Now what Gasol has done to all the defenders in the Warrior uniform is he has not taken a single jump shot yet. Everything is to put the ball on the floor, and he's got the big men reaching. Timeout on the floor with Memphis up 42-33.
7, 8? Yeah, I would think so.
Gasol dropping in the free throw. Pau Gasol, 6 free throws already. 12 free throws for Memphis, 4 for the Warriors. Warriors have 12 of their 16 this quarter from Fisher and Chris Taft. Some bench productivity. Free throws made. So Gasol with 9, but Eddie Jones has 10 and Bobby Jackson 9. All aiding the Memphis cause. Baron Davis and Murphy. Ike Diagu back in with Fisher and Jason Richardson. In and out of the hands of Diagu. That's a rarity. Fish had him rolling to the bucket. Gasol double. Lorenzen right. Goes down the lane. There's no rotation.
Well, you got head turners on that one. You're on the weak side and turn your head. It's an invite for your opponent to flash across and down the lane.
Well, this equals Memphis' biggest lead. After the Warriors had cut it to 3, it's back to 13. Murphy, that step back on Gasol.
1 shot and out.
Grizzlies are shooting it at 57%. Baron Davis read the passing lane correctly, and Eddie Jones will foul him to prevent the lay-in. 14 foul on Memphis, so no free throws. Diagu tried to set the screen. Bobby Jackson was there. Fisher hit it anyway. Derek Fisher with 12 off the bench. Perfect from the field, 4 of 4. Perfect from the line, 3 of 3.
Back in the groove.
He's leading the Warriors in scoring. Feed Battier. Gets Richardson in the air, puts it in, and draws the foul.
Personal foul, number 23, Jason Richardson is first.
The 5th and 6th picks of the 2001 draft going against each other.
Well, Jason did this the other night in Houston. Left his feet, got up in the air, and gave Juwan Howard a three-point play. And he was, you know, he's trying very hard, and sometimes you just overreact.
I think now, though, if you leave your feet and you know you're defenseless, you ought to clobber that guy shooting a shot. You know you're getting called for the touch foul. You might as well get your money's worth. Iago from the baseline, and Gasol with the rebound. Reds it right. Missing long. Baron Davis with the box out. Working inside, hung in the air. Fisher with the pump fake. It's been the hottest Warrior.
That's a bad call. It's going to be a push-off. Sean Corbin calls it on Jason Richardson. All it was a hand in the back. It was not a push. It was just an instinctive thing. It was a long rebound. You could just see that one coming. You read it immediately. And
the Warriors over the limit, so it'll be free throws the other way.
You saw the protest from Richardson, okay? I mean, he's feeling the same way that I was trying to verbalize that. It was just, Bob, absolutely nothing.
Well, you can have 15 free throws to 4 after these are made. And Gasol misfiring there. Now, Memphis, a lot like Detroit, they play good defense. They don't get called for a lot of fouls. 7th fewest in the league. The Pistons, the fewest fouls in the league.
That's one reason they don't give up a lot of points. How about that? How can Gasol shoot an air ball from the free throw line?
You know why? Because the big rebounder in the sky knew it was a poor call. He evened it out right there. 2 missed free throws.
That is strange.
Karma, baby. Karma.
He kind of shot that Shaq-like.
Well, force field over the rim. Still goes as a foul against Richardson, though, his second.
Looked like a Hoyt Wilhelm knuckleball.
I like the Hoyt Wilhelm reference. Fisher trying to knock it inside. Warriors fortunate on the deflection, and Fisher was out of bounds when he touched it. The Warriors turn it over.
Well, you got to make your breaks in this game.
This is a dangerous time right now. 3 minutes to end the half. Warriors trailing by their largest margin at 14. Memphis trying to step on the accelerator in his final 3 minutes.
Well, a lot of this scoring is in because they've had attention on Pau Gasol, quite frankly, who's initiated a lot of their offense.
Eddie Jones 3.
Another assist.
Warriors have committed 8 turnovers. Memphis has 15 points off those 8 miscues. Murphy driving, hanging, and finishing. So Troy with 9, Fisher with 12, but only 4 from Richardson and 4 from Baron Davis. Memphis done a great job bottling up that backcourt. They've been averaging 52 during the 3-game winning streak. Gasol had it knocked away. Jackson fading and hitting.
Well, he's had a great first half for them.
Bobby Jackson 5 of 8. He's got 11. And in a shocker, Jackson and Eddie Jones a 24-8 advantage over the Warriors starting backcourt.
I think Jackson missed his first 2 from the outside, but they got him going with some layups. And Richardson
answers with the 3 of his own. The Warriors desperately have to get this to single digits by halftime.
Well, this is the type of game where you need the backcourt to really come forth again, because they're the ones that can create things. Everybody's really getting stretched out, and another 3. Well, the trivia question was right on.
Eddie Jones and Bobby Jackson could not play any better. And inside out working for Memphis.
He's got about, what, 1,200 threes made, somewhere in that vicinity.
Knock it away from Baron Davis. He commits the foul. And the free throws the other way. Minute 26 remaining in the half. Memphis shooting 60% from the field, playing the defense, and they've pushed it to 17.
You got Ray Allen. I was wondering where Steve Nash might fit in there, and Nick is a good answer. Nick originally drafted by the Lakers, and Jerry West, the president of basketball operations here, and also drafted Eddie Jones, remember. He loved Eddie Jones. Picked him up as the number 10 pick back in '94.
Foul line really hurting the Warriors. 17 free throws to the Warriors 4.
All right, Bob.
And here is the all-time leaders in threes made. And our own Tim Hardaway up there, but Reggie Miller has retired the crown.
Yeah, that's a mark that might just stand there for quite a while.
Let's see, if you're going to play for 18 years.
Yeah, how about 19?
18, 19 years and make all those threes. Fisher three is short. Bobby Jackson, that was a good box out. See that long rebound sometimes. The throwaway, Murphy comes up with it.
Push this up. You've got a 5-on-4.
Dunleavy running and Baron Davis finding him. This was an 8-point game at the end of one. The Warriors got down 13, cut it to 3, but second quarter's been all Memphis. They're shooting 60% from the field.
Well, Pau Gasol has 6 assists tonight, Bob. He's had 15 over the last 2 games.
He's only 2 of 2 from the field.
Yeah.
So he has played the role perfectly.
He tied his career high on New Year's Eve in Seattle with 8, so he's got 6 already tonight. And he's been a difference maker with the passing, because the Warriors draw a lot of attention. Richardson can't quite finish. You don't want to foul.
That symbolized the Warriors' first half. They bottled up Richardson and Baron Davis. They forced the turnovers, and Memphis has executed flawlessly. And a 3-second differential winding down a quarter. The Warriors won't mind seeing end. Bobby Jackson launching. And he brings it in.
And they've got a new season high for a half.
1.7 Richardson 3, and it ticks iron, but Memphis a season high 62 in the first half. They push it to 20. And Bobby Jackson 3 rims about 6 times before it finally drops. The Grizzlies are that good, and they've had the advantage the first 24 minutes.
Around, go from side to side with it, and they really work at coming off screens. They really do a nice job of executing.
Baron Davis, Jason Richardson, Diagu, Murphy, Dunleavy to begin the second half.
Murphy did a good job of pushing off Gasol on the block. So they're flooding. Rotation over.
Shot clock at 7. Battier to the baseline.
That's just a crossover move. He just gave a little jab step, a little shake and bake, and went right around Jason. You know, if you're going to move when someone's in the corner, don't go left or right. Go back to the basket. That's what he's trying to get you to do, is move left or right.
Richardson out to Murphy, missing it short. Renson riding Gasol with Jackson, Eddie Jones, and Battier. Gasol blocked by Diagu at the rim, but he came through the iron, and that'll be a goaltend. Pick him up through the cylinder to block the shot.
That would have been a good ask Bob and Jim. Now see, Jason just got caught flat-footed. You know, when you make a fake like that, you don't necessarily have to get the guy to really jump. If you get him just leaning and then he stops, then you got him beaten.
Aaron penetrating, and Dunleavy able to follow it in off the glass. So we've seen Baron Davis get to the line, and there, even though he didn't make the shot, it allowed Dunleavy the free layup.
Now someone else has got to pick up the slack if Jason and Baron aren't scoring a lot of points. And I think Diagu has to stay on the floor. He just got in foul trouble when he played 9 minutes in that first half. Taft did a pretty good job in his absence.
All comebacks come on the defensive end, and right now the Warriors are just not stopping Memphis at all. The Grizzlies shooting 63% for the game. Battier with a dozen on 5 of 8 shooting.
That's that cut again, that last play from weak side to strong. Nowhere for Richardson to go unless it's to the left.
Jason off iron, and Eddie Jones sends Bobby Jackson on his way. This Grizzly team is not like Mike Fratello's Cleveland teams that would walk it up, but their patience in the half court is very Fratello-like.
Yes, it is.
You see 87 points allowed, they score 90. A lot of it is their tempo and the fact that they use clock on every possession. Shot clock down to 3.
Battier knew exactly where the clock was.
Baron Davis with the rebound. Conversely, the Warriors would like to get in the open floor.
Well, they'd like to get some easy hits, wouldn't they? They need them.
Skip pass to Richardson. Dunleavy's there again. Push shot good. So Mike's hit back-to-back shots.
Yeah, Mike's kind of flirting here with double digits.
8 points.
He'd be the first starter in double digits. Murphy has 9.
Mike has 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists.
Richardson forcing baseline. This is where they get in trouble and they give it to Gasol and start cutting off.
Shot clock at 2. And Gasol is that good on the baseline. Hasn't missed a shot. 4 of 4, 5 of 8 from the line, 13.7 assists. You said at the beginning of the broadcast, he touches it every possession. Murphy having it slapped away, and he'll draw the foul.
He should be going to the line. He's the only starter that has attempted a free throw in that first half until Baron Davis to open up the second. No free throws?
Every player on the team thinks it's free throws except for Sean Corbin, who's going to say it's side out of bounds. All the Warriors and the Grizzlies were ready for free throws.
Murphy was at the line. Fooled me too. And I'll say that's not easy. That was a foul also.
Diagu, very patient.
See, that was the pump fake. See, he's a master of a pump fake.
And as you said, drew some contact as well.
And so Chris Taft can take a page out of that book.
Jackson doubled. Gasol with the shot clock at 5. Bobby Jackson's got a launch. That's an air ball, barely. Hits the heel of the rim.
Mike Dunleavy rotated over, took Gasol. They did a nice job defensively there.
Dunleavy rhythm 3. Baron Davis kept it alive, but Eddie Jones headed the other way.
Bobby Jackson broke ahead of Baron. He caught up.
Memphis very smart here. They have the big lead, making the Warriors play defense the whole length of the shot clock, and then still getting what they want. Jackson missing there. Diagu sending Richardson on his way. Warriors desperately trying to string a couple buckets together. Murphy, that went halfway down and out.
That was a heck of a defensive effort to deny him there. And every player thought it was an easy 2, except for the defender.
Gasol, the skip pass. Eddie Jones, the pump fake. Bobby Jackson sets his feet and drops it in. Grizzlies really executing.
Well, when someone beats you one-on-one and then you have to bring over another defender from the perimeter, it just sets up easy catch and shoots, and you're so much more accurate from that range when you don't have to put it on the floor.
Yeah, 43% on 3. Murphy, deep jumper doesn't go.
Oh, we played 5.5 minutes. The lead has been increased.
Eddie Jones dropping inside. Lorenzen Wright is apparently fouled.
Murphy might get a tee.
And he will.
And I don't blame him.
Good for him.
At the other end, he got the shot blocked, apparently, denied a dunk, and then they called this foul, so he was a little upset. This all stems from the other end when Murphy was denied. I believe there was a foul there, but nonetheless, it's a little frustration.
Mike Montgomery is saying exactly the same thing, Jim, saying it's the same call. It's the same call one way or the other.
And he even said, no wonder he's frustrated. Eddie Jones comes up. Was there much of a hand on the ball there? It looked like he was below the rim and below where Murphy was.
Technical free throw was not made. It's 18-6. It'll be 20-6 free throw advantage for Memphis. I mean, they're playing incredibly well, but 14 extra free throws isn't helping the cause.
Now, isn't it true that Mike Montgomery has never been kicked out of a game?
Never has been.
Okay.
At any level.
Mm-hmm. This might not be a bad game to let that happen. If there were another real bad call.
Lorenzen Wright misses them both, so all 3 free throws missed by Memphis. Richardson hanging and Jason dropping it in. We've seen Richardson explode in second halves on this road trip, but this would have to be an otherworldly display.
Absolutely. And Baron Davis, his running mate as well.
That has been the focus of the Memphis defensive game plan, is slow down that starting backcourt. They've been good at it.
They've left Murphy on Gasol, and Taft is over on Lorenzen Wright.
Ball ricocheting around, Lorenzen Wright comes up with it.
Well, he and Gasol are very good offensive rebounders. About 5 a game between them.
Gasol, this is his office, that left block.
Murphy did a nice job there. Now he moved his feet.
Eddie Jones driving. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen Eddie Jones play any better.
I was going to say, you know, down in Miami, you thought, well, he just kind of flattened out, but he has come alive here, hasn't he?
Well, he's 7 of 10 tonight, but Eddie Jones shot 42% last year. The year before, 40%.
Yeah, he's
Richardson missing the 3.
Been rejuvenated here a little bit.
You said, well, if Eddie Jones can shoot 40% with Shaq setting him up, and he's slowing down, but 43% on the season, 41 on threes.
41 on threes, yeah.
7 of 10 from the field tonight. Gasol missing the jumper. Richardson with the rebound.
There's no quit in these guys, I'll tell you that.
Blocking foul on Pau Gasol. 4:32 remaining in the quarter. Timeout Memphis, but the Grizz have managed their big 20-point lead at the half and added to it. A little bit themselves with 4:32 remaining in the third, and the backcourt that has carried the Warriors during this winning streak, averaging 52 a game. Memphis, their starters have outplayed Baron Davis and Jason Richardson, and we just haven't said that really at all this season.
Isn't it amazing? See, Bob, you get 2 days rest and you come out flat. Hard to understand, and just the way the NBA is. Sometimes you have the biorhythms, and sometimes they kind of fade away.
Derek Fisher checking in with Baron Davis, Dunleavy, Murphy, and Richardson. Murphy from the wing, dropping in the jumper, but Troy's been a volume shooter tonight. First Warrior starter to double figures with 11, but 5 of 13. Richardson 4 of 11, Barron's 2 of 6.
If they're going to make any kind of run, it'd be the last 4 minutes of this quarter. See if they can chip into the 22-point lead, which they've given up 2 more since half.
Antonio Burks
is very quick.
Playing with Gasol and Eddie Jones, a deep 3. He's feeling it.
He's got 4 threes tonight.
Eddie Jones just having to turn back the clock night. Always been a good defender, but when that trade was made and Jason Williams was given up, people thought, well, Memphis didn't get what they needed to there. Gasol is lurking behind Murphy.
Well, Jason Williams, their point guard, goes to Miami. Eddie Jones here, and looks like and they got Stoudemire, of course, and we showed you earlier how he has the patellar tendon.
Stoudemire was acquired with the mid-level exception as a free agent. Eddie Jones traded primarily because his salary was at $14 million.
That's a huge salary.
They had to re-sign Shaq and do a few other things. That ball knocked into the backcourt. Shot clock at 5. Dante Jones, I don't know what that was. That's a charge. As Fisher got underneath him.
It was indecisiveness, and because when it went to the backcourt, he was reluctant to run back because he thought it was going to be a backcourt violation. One of his teammates had to tell him, go retrieve the ball because it took precious time off the shot clock.
I think
deflected away.
Gasol touched it last.
Yeah,
it was a backcourt violation.
He did touch it, but it wasn't really controlled. It was, but they couldn't rule it that way. Good point. I can see why he was indecisive, to tell you the truth.
Baron Davis missing. Murphy following it in. Gasol turned and face, and he's fouled.
He's gone left numerous times tonight, and I would say he's drawn at least 4, maybe 5 fouls going that way. And once he finished with a dunk.
Very quick first step, as you mentioned, for a 7-footer. Pau Gasol leading the way. The Grizzlies shooting 59%. Currently a big.
5 days off, Bob.
I'd say favorable in that the Warriors are going to have a ton of home dates, but I think January is the most daunting in terms of oppositions. They play the best teams in that month.
Richardson not letting Jones run. Boy, they just keep going screens side to side in the lane.
Eddie Jones from the corner, and Jason played great defense that time.
Throw this ball ahead.
And Fisher finding it to Murphy, who ran the floor. Always reward the bigs when they're running, because they'll run again if you do.
That was a nice delivery.
It really was.
That was very nice delivery.
Tonight ends the stretch of 9 of 12 on the road for the Warriors. They've actually been home for 5 days of the last 19 over the holidays. Alley-oop. And Richardson with a little frustration ripping that one down.
Well, Eddie Jones had one in the first half just like that. He saw that one coming, but he was a step behind, and I'll give him credit. He did not go up because I guarantee you he's a gentleman. He did not want to injure anybody on that play, so he just gave up on it.
Warriors have strung a couple together here. Stops leading to layups. Aaron went for the steal, skip past Eddie Jones.
You got to take some chances right now.
Tees it up, and they force the miss.
You've got to take a little risk here.
Gasol, great defense. Murphy scored anyway.
Tough shot.
Murphy's got 17 and 7.
Speaking of 17, that's what they're down now. So they've cut into that lead.
From down 25 to 17, and the Warriors have the advantage in the paint.
That's a travel almost. Oh, my word.
Fisher diving. And a foul on the Warriors as Fisher went to the floor.
Let's see what happens here. First of all, he gives it to Eddie Jones, and he barely gets it back in before he's out of bounds. How could they call that on Derek? They called that on Derek Fisher?
Correct.
Well, this is the time for Mike Montgomery to get the tee. How about a double? I mean, that's an unbelievable call. That's the call of the night.
Gasol feeding inside. Jones, kick out to Burks, missing the jumper. Dunleavy, good box out. Michael started himself. Fisher spaces out for 3, and the Warriors are back in the game.
They are back in business.
From down 25, it's a 14-point ball game.
And Mike Fratello's not going to wait for the quarter.
11 straight for the Warriors. And the guys in blue not packing it in yet. Memphis has to take the timeout with 54.9. And this is just another example of the character we've seen from this team all year long. As they don't go away. Through 31 games, maybe the Nets game and the Spurs games have been blowouts, but you have guys still playing hard.
And Mike Dunleavy pushed the ball hard. After a beautiful rebound, sealing off Battier, pushed it up, and he allowed Derek Fisher to get wide open by his penetration, stopped on a dime and just kicked it out, and Derek is having one of those nights he's had so many of in the first half of the season. There's the finish from Barron to Jason, and that kind of propelled in here a little bit. Their defense has been very feisty.
In the Western Conference, when you're going to see a team 4 times, sometimes only 3, the first meeting, okay, Memphis, they got the big lead. Maybe they're going to win this game. But you can still send a message for the next couple meetings. And I think with Memphis blowing that 18-point lead to Utah, I don't think it's not in the back of their minds as the Warriors start to build a little momentum here.
Well, believe me, the Warriors think they can win this game. They truly believe they can win this game.
Trying to get it to Battier. Fisher keeping it away from him. And now finally the foul. The worst part about it is it will put Memphis on the line. But the one thing the Warriors have been unable to stop. 22 Memphis free throws to the Warriors 6.
I was watching the entire action with Derek Fisher. He was just trying to hold his position. Now, when Battier was coming into him so intent on getting that ball down low, that's where you want to just step back and
let him fall down.
Exactly.
Pull the chair.
Yeah, just pull the chair out from under him, let him just fall out of bounds as they're throwing the ball. It's a pretty good trick that works most of the time.
I like Fisher's competitiveness on the block, giving away some size. And he was banging, but the 2 free throws made, the bailout to end that 11-0 Warrior run.
Barron wants to get to the rim.
And he will pick up the foul call, but Memphis had 1 to give. They're not close to the limit.
Now Dante Jones was giving him the perimeter shot. Always the threat of going to the basket. Barron just tried to break him down off that dribble. Shot clock reset to 14. Dante Jones is, as I said, a strong athlete. Good, tough defender.
Fisher shot clock at 5 down the lane. Dunleavy makes himself available beautifully for the lay-in. Now 1 defensive stop. Can the Warriors close the quarter on a 13-2 run? Shot clock off. Watch Burks. He is a penetrator.
That's what I was going to say. Give him room and don't let him beat you off the dribble. You've got to move the feet.
That's the shot you want to force. And the foul is called on the air ball.
Well, Scott Foster was right there on the call. I mean, he had a perfect angle on it. And you just can't afford.
Burks had no chance of making the shot.
I agree. Well, he had a chance, but pretty slim. Hard to deal in absolutes, but I agree. You go away from him. Let's see if it happens there. I don't know whether you hit him or not. Tough to call, but he got the call.
1 of 2 free throws, and Murphy blocked the shot, and he's called for the foul as well.
This is disaster right here. And now you're going to put Gasol on the line for his 9th and 10th free throws, Bob. And this will be the 5th time in the last 6 games that he's gone to the line at least 10 times. Huge number. And by the way, they're 8-2 when he attempts 10 free throws in a game this year.
26 free throw attempts for Memphis to the Warriors 6 in the game. Gasol 1 of 2.
I would have backed away though initially from Burks on that first attempt. It would have solved all the problems.
That will do it for the 3rd quarter. So the Warriors hold the Grizzlies without a field goal.
Yeah, they still
the last 3.5 minutes.
And they did cut into that lead.
And they come back to make it 16. If they can keep the Grizz off the line, build the momentum. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. He'll get to the line. Dunleavy will pick up the foul. Dunleavy, Murphy, Richardson, Derek Fisher, and Baron Davis. Battier, Lorenzen, Wright, with Dante Jones, Antonio Burks, and Eddie Jones. So Gasol resting. Now Memphis, they lead after 3, 18-2. If they trail, they're 1-8. So definitely a front-running team that can manage the lead. Anders Biedrins checking in. Murphy sits with 17 points and 7 boards. Donald Foyle has missed the past couple games with back spasms. Warriors would love to get him back for the Indiana game.
They've missed his interior defense. He was so good in Dallas. He was so good against Seattle at home. Well, in 15 seconds, 2 free throws made by the Grizzlies so far.
Dunleavy, little runner, got his own rebound, never came back down. Dante Jones tracking it down.
I think when you're going straight down the lane, I think the finger roll should be made underhanded. I think it's a little easier to control, quite frankly. I like what Mike did there. Just wish he could have finished.
Battier waited so long. Baron Davis took the ball. Baron alley-oop, and he throws it over Richardson.
You take a risk, sometimes it doesn't pay off. They've done that so well, and very few turnovers between those two in that scenario.
Warriors had that one turnover. That was it right there the whole second half. And Biedrins unable to wall off Lorenzen Wright.
He blocked the first shot. Would have been a jump ball, but Lorenzen Wright smartly let go of the ball. Just regathered.
So Memphis pushing it back to 20. That was the halftime advantage. Baron Davis misfiring. Bobby Jackson pushing. Battier rimming it out. Richardson with the rebound. Fisher clobbered. Scott Foster will make the call.
Personal foul. Eddie Jones.
Markapol will check in. Mike Dunleavy, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists as he sits. Now, depending on the margin here, you may see Monte Ellis in this game.
Which wouldn't bother me at all.
Number 16, Gasol.
That's a push off by Dante Jones, but Fisher just continues to hit it.
So Derek Fisher,
what a game he's had, huh?
18 points on 6 of 8 shooting. To go with 3 assists, he's been wonderful.
And 3 of those threes of the 18.
Gasol. 5 of 6 for Pau Gasol, 16 points, and 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Shabarkapa, good look. Long rebound. Biedrins never gave up on the play. Baron Davis dropping it to Zarko. And he drops it up and in. Like to see Shabarkapa get a little confidence in this run here.
Without question. This is still very early in the season. 30-second game played. You got 50 more after this.
Gasol will get to the line again. Well, one of the strengths for the Warriors is the depth of their bench. When you think of Petrus eventually coming back, with Fisher, with Shabarkapa, with Biedrins, with Taft, the Warriors can go deeper than a lot of teams. And so the confidence level, Zarko is the kind of player where when he starts to feel good about himself, Jim, he could have a huge impact on the game coming off the bench.
And I think you said one word, though, that is so important at this level, and that's confidence. And just because you're an NBA player, there are all kinds of circumstances. You can lose confidence. You don't get as much playing time. You feel a little pressure. Sometimes you feel compelled to try to do too much too soon. And you got to be able to control that aspect of your game and stay and keep your head strong. There's a guy that keeps his head strong.
Rimming it in. 7 assists to go with 7 points for Baron Davis. Back to 16 again. A lot of time left in this game. Warriors have played much better defense from midway through the third to now. Dante Jones dropping in the jumper. Well, I'll tell you one NBA axiom that will ring true depending on the next 8 minutes is you don't go on the road, shoot 6 free throws, have the home team shoot 30 and win. That never happens. As Fisher is fouled.
It's been known to happen, but not without a few tees thrown in.
Yeah. 8:16 remaining in the ball game. Memphis with the 18-point advantage. Built, but there's more muscle definition, Jim. He is working out, lifting weights on that conditioning program. As Shabarkapa driving.
Well, he shot that one completely over. He felt he got hit on the arm. Now, Monte's a strong young man as well. You don't have to be physically looking strong. You can still be wiry strong. And he's got that kind of aspect.
Eddie Jones
on the pass
will be fouled.
He says he was shooting. He gets an animated little over exuberance. I love Eddie Jones, though. I've always liked Eddie.
Personal foul.
And Eddie will get to the line.
Oh, let's see this. Now, he goes up.
Interesting shot right to Pau Gasol.
Eddie Jones.
I don't know. Strange. He may have had the intention of shooting when he initially got, but then when he got squeezed by 2 defenders, I think he was looking to give it off.
Well, Monte Ellis, I've asked Mario Ellie, who coached Monte in the summer league, said, okay, he's a high schooler. Warriors haven't had a high school player. You know, what do these guys have to do, particularly as a guard spot? And he just said that Monte Ellis has to develop physically. That's the first thing. It's a men's league, and you play in the NBA. But he's really
quick, too. And can shoot.
Been good in practice. Been working hard, and he drops in his first shot.
You know how difficult it would be mentally, just mentally, to come out here. Forget the physical aspect. Mentally, to come out of high school and play in the NBA. Just drop down a jump shot.
Dante Jones losing it to Gasol. Shot clock at 5. Gasol goes left. That's where he likes to finish.
How many times can he get to the left side and finish or else get fouled tonight?
This was a 20-point game at the half. We've had an even second half, but Memphis managing the lead well. Richardson 3. Gasol with the rebound.
Warriors only 4 threes tonight. Memphis 7. But to the Warriors' credit, Bob, they haven't shot an enormous number of them trying to get back into the game, have they?
4 of 14. Dante Jones curling that out. Biedrins. Jabarkaba can handle the ball. He'll take it the distance and get himself to the line.
How about that little zigzagging? And Bobby Jackson tried to come up from behind. He switched hands, crossover dribble, took the long step. In and out shot. Not afraid to give it to Zarco. Goes left hand, avoiding Bobby Jackson. Then goes back to right, feeding where he was. And got Gasol on his heels.
So cutting into that 32-6 disparity.
There you go. See, Bob, I told you, it always evens out. You can laugh.
I'm trying not to as Jabarkaba misses the free throw. Memphis shooting 55% from the field. Had the 9 turnovers forced in the first half. Warriors only 1 turnover in the second half.
And it's pretty impressive.
Jabarkaba splitting the free throws. So Biedrins and Jabarkaba, Richardson, Fisher, and Monte Ellis. Bobby Jackson, Gasol, Lorenzen right with Battier and Dante Jones. And Gasol passing when he goes right, finishing when he goes left. That time.
If you're a guard, just run down the floor if Zarco gets it, because he will take it down.
Jason was out of bounds.
So Derek Fisher was waiting for an outlet pass on the other side of Zarco. And if you're a guard and Zarco gets it, just run down the floor, because you may end up with it.
Plus, the way Fisher shot at 6 of 8, Zarco will find you.
He tried to find Jason, didn't he?
Gasol to Dante Jones. In the lane, corkscrewing, and free throws.
Personal foul, number 11, Zarco Jabarkaba.
Well, Bob, this is not the way the Warriors had this mapped out tonight, certainly, by a long shot.
5:55 remaining in the ball game. Memphis managing the large advantage. You just hit on it. See, like in baseball, you never throw at a guy's head. You know, you elbow someone in the trachea. I mean, bad things can happen. That's a very defenseless part of your body right there.
Exactly. Dangerous.
Richardson hitting the 3. This is a night where Memphis defense has bottled up Richardson and Baron Davis to the tune of 21 points. The backcourt for the Grizzlies have been excellent, scoring 40. Gasol been the distributor and the scorer when he needed to be. That one knocked away. Jabarkaba. He goes in the open floor again, finding Monte Ellis. Drop it back, Richardson.
2 threes in a row.
That's all because Jabarkaba can handle.
Bob, this is a 14-point game, and I'm going to add on to your comment. That's exactly right. So when he gets the ball, he'll push it up and handle it. And so run with him.
14-point ball game.
How about Monte Ellis getting a nice assist? It's a 14-point game with 5 minutes left.
Gasol rimming it out. Jabarkaba inside and out of bounds. It'll be Memphis ball.
Biedrins nearly got that rebound, surrounded by white jerseys.
Okay, now, you had said before the break, this isn't how the Warriors map this game out, of course. But I think down 20 at halftime, the Warriors have been very scrappy in the second half.
Without question.
I think there's going to be some minutes from some of the bench players in particular that they can build on.
I said that they don't have quit in them. The reason Gasol went right there, he had a right foot pivot foot.
Bobby Jackson 3. Biedrins is long, but he couldn't quite collect that rebound, touching it last. So
that's tough.
The Warriors have come up with 2 straight stops, but could not get the ball.
Yeah, instead, it's going to be a third possession for the Memphis Grizzlies. Interesting little things, though, but Gasol had a right foot pivot foot, so then he's not going to go to the left with that. He's going to cross over. Little things you pick up that you learn and tendencies.
The Warriors come up with a 3rd straight stop here. Clear side for Eddie Jones, wheeling on the rookie. He knocks it away with 11 to shoot.
Do you see how Monte Ellis gave ground?
Well, and also the lateral movement of Monte.
Yeah,
He's got good feet.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He gave ground moving his feet like that, and he gave ground directly to the basket where Eddie was headed. Nice play.
Eddie Jones missing. And Chabarkaba again. Go, Zarko, go! He wants to do the right thing, give it to a guard, but he can handle. Monte Ellis, elbow jumper, good. And the Warriors make it a 12-point game.
This rookie is impressive. And they're going to leave him out there because he's helping them come back.
2 buckets and assists for Monte Ellis in 4 minutes.
Those last 3 possessions, all it did was just
eat some time.
Eat some time. That's exactly right.
Runs it right inside, and good ball movement by the Grizz.
Monte wasn't running hard there. He didn't realize they were going to get it in that quickly.
Richardson blocked by Gasol.
That's all right. They still have the ball. That's his 3rd block of the night.
I think when you're down 25, you come back and cut it to 12. I mean, you want that to be a character trait of your team. You don't want it when you're down 20 and it ends up a 30-point game. Chabarkaba pump fake, and he'll get to the line. So Zarko in 12 minutes. 3 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, 5 fouls. Plus Chabarkaba and Gasol, both with the beards, Jim. I mean, these guys, you know, is there any similarity in the facial hair growth?
Well, the similarity, they're both from Europe.
I was going to say, though, Zarko, if the Gasol beard gets you 12 free throws a night, that might not be bad.
I see what you're saying.
It looked like Gasol on other nights.
I didn't realize what you were alluding to. So Chabarkaba hits both of those.
Back to a 12-point game. Stranger things have happened in the NBA.
See, Eddie doesn't take the quick shot.
Now they want to run clock here.
Veteran play.
Eddie Jones will get to the line.
Little body block, left hip from Monte Ellis. See, he went and committed too much to Pau Gasol. And you've got to go through that lane, keep Eddie in front of you. Don't let him run just where he wants. Keep your eye on the ball. You don't want to lose sight of either. And right then he lost sight of his man. He had his back turned to Eddie.
Now Memphis, they hold on and win. They get their 20th win. They're 20-10. But you lose Damon Stoudemire.
Yes.
Do they have enough with Antonio Burks and Bobby Jackson at the point guard spot, or do they have to get into the swap meet before February? And both free throws missed. And the Warriors will take over possession, down 12 with 3:10 left.
Very interesting.
They hit a 3 and make it a single-digit game here. And this could really make Memphis start to think about things.
Pick and roll.
Monte Ellis, little runner, and it rims out. And out of bounds off of Biedrins.
Oh, he was so close to getting his 6th point of the night. That would have cut that lead to 10.
2:58 left. We've seen some impressive things off the Warrior bench. Down 25, 12-point game with 2:58 remaining in Memphis. He can move his feet.
No, he's probably the quickest player on the floor. Unless you bring Antonio Burks out. I don't know, but it's a foot race.
Gasol sent away by Richardson.
He could have grabbed that one there, Bob. I mean, he was up quickly enough and high enough just to take it and go the other way.
Shot clock is at 3.
I mean, he got this very easily. But that's the trend today. That's what they do. Knock it out. And then you come back.
Battier missing. Monte Ellis with the rebound. So one more chance to cut it to 10.
Let's watch his decision here. Heck, with him coming to the ball, I just open it up and let him go.
Fisher doubled. Jabbark with it down the lane, and he'll get himself to the line.
Stops the clock and gives him a chance to get to within 10.
I'm telling you, Zarco, it's the facial resemblance to Gasol. He's shooting free throws.
There you go. You know what I like? I like that Mike Montgomery is not making any substitutions. He's letting these guys go. They brought him back. You know, he's not bringing Baron Davis back in. He's leaving Monte out there with Fisher. Richardson playing the small forward spot. And he's rewarding these guys. He also thinks that those guys are giving him his best chance to win right now.
I'm telling you, it's the Gasol resemblance. Zarco now has 7. And it's a 10-point game. Come up with a steal or a couple misses here.
Would like to see them put pressure on Gasol. Maybe get an 8-second violation. They have big guys handling the ball in the backcourt.
Memphis is going to need to keep scoring. The shot clock at 10.
Warriors can't foul. They're over the limit.
Gasol shot clock at 5. Eddie Jones jumper. Another stop. Fisher pushing. Richardson ahead. And he couldn't collect it cleanly. Warriors miss a chance to make it 8.
That's tough there. That was a big play.
Could have been a layup or dunk. Down 25. The Warriors have been very scrappy from midway through the 3rd. Bobby Jackson to beat the shot clock, and then he drops the 3. That's the sequence right there, Nick. He ruled a 2.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a foot on the line.
4-point swing, though. Jason hits the 3 in response. So it is single digits from down 25 to 9 with 1:18 left. Jackson will dribble out towards the logo.
They're going to use all the 24 here.
That would be, need 3 threes. No margin of error here.
Gasol doesn't shoot a lot of threes.
That's why. But Jackson the offensive rebound, and it'll be a jump ball.
Well, that's about as good as you could hope there, because it looks like Jackson did have it. He wants a foul. Yeah, Paul Gasol is 19% in his career on threes, and he doesn't shoot very many. I think coming in tonight, he attempted about 4 this year.
He's 1 for 4 coming in,
yeah.
So make it 1 for 5. Hey, if you're guarding Gasol, he stands 24 feet from the basket. Good. Go ahead.
Richardson should tip this right to Biedrins.
He does. I'm impressed his bench unit has come up with some nice defensive stops. Fisher, Jabbark 3 on the way, and he couldn't hit it. Now the foul in the backcourt.
Yeah, they needed that one there. What an effort, though. What, Bob? You know?
It doesn't net them the 25-point comeback, but you could be down 12 or 14 in a game. And it's these type of, this is on-the-job training right here.
In the NBA, it's nothing. Don't you think Memphis is very happy they don't have another 5 minutes left in the game?
I agree. The Laker pack with the Sonics as well as Garnett. $99 at 888-GSW-HOOP. Press 1. Operators are standing by. Warriors will use a timeout with 44.8 left. So, coach the game-ending situations, rewarding the bench unit that stayed out there. They come back probably going to come up a little short, but it's been a little interesting in the 4th quarter.
Well, you're in pretty rare company when you do win on the road. And if you have a winning road record.
There's only 9 teams that had that out of the 30.
Yeah, only 4 in the West.
Richardson missing the 3. Dante Jones with the rebound. And Biedrins will commit the foul. Now, I do think, as we were setting up kind of the playoff situation heading into the next couple months, is that San Antonio is going to be in. Dallas is in. I think this Memphis team is in. The winner of the Northwest, probably Minnesota, they are in, and the winner of the Phoenix. But the Warriors are going to be in the conversation. Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, and Denver. I really think it's 4 teams for 3 spots. 4 teams for 3 spots. Now, the Lakers have fallen back a little bit, losing the first game that Kobe was suspended. They'll be playing Utah again.
We got 50 games left. It's really hard to speculate everything, because I wouldn't, coaching change in Seattle, I wouldn't put them out.
They get a little burst.
I wouldn't put them out of the equation.
And Utah's won 4 in a row.
Utah's won 4 in a row, season high. And Utah playing the Lakers at home tonight, by the way.
And that'll be the second game of Kobe's suspension. Hakeem Warwick, the 19th pick in the draft, out of Syracuse checking in. Richardson missing the 3. And Lawrence Roberts, who was also selected in the draft, checking in as well to round it out.
Just getting a rebound.
And Roberts, 55th pick by Seattle out of Mississippi State. And the Grizzlies traded 2 future second rounders for him. Anthony Roberson missing the 3, and that will do it. So Memphis had a lead of 25. The Warriors took it to single digits as Monte Ellis hits a 3.
Why not, Monte?
7 points in 8 minutes off the bench for Monte Ellis, and he was 3 of 4 from the field with a rebound and an assist.
I'll tell you what, he's making a point to get more playing time. As I mentioned, 50 games left. Don't be surprised if you see him more the second half of the season with production like that.
A lot can happen. The Warriors' 3-game winning streak is ended as Memphis has now won 4 in a row. All in all, though, a 2-1 Warrior road trip. They finished the stretch of 9 of 12 on the road and now return home for 8 of the next 11 in the Bay Area. We'll come back and talk about this after this.